felt tip ends and some masking tape. There should also be a sheet of one sheet of paper and the following bits of wire. 2 long pieces, 2.5 feet long, and there should be 8 smaller pieces. An important thing for you to know about the wire.
Don't film somebody else.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Let me read it out for you. I'm supposed to do that too. There it is. Right, second listing.
Open it yet?
8. Go. Right, you can open up and you're ready. Yeah.
Right. What's it say?
Go for it, Tim.
I'm not reading this out with him on the camera thing.
I will. I was just reading it.
Make sure you won't do it. You are happy to say
If you stop doing that.
been approached by a major retailer who is planning to extend its range of options. You intend to win a contract to supply this retailer if possible, but you know that other suppliers will be competing with you. The customer has indicated that he would pay between £6 and £9 per lampshade for the traditional type of shade with wire framework and covering of some opaque material. The amount paid would depend upon the sample design and finish, and the panel of buyers want to see an initial sample by 10:50 a.m. This sample will then become the standard to be achieved during the short 30-minute production run, which must be completed between 11:25 and 11:55 a.m. When the production run is complete to the required standard, further large amounts will be forthcoming. It's important that your manufacturing company should operate profitably, and if you are to resist taking a bid by one of your competitors, you should make as much profit from your production run as possible. Design, make and sell exercise. This exercise is divided into 4 stages. Stage 1, design and cost a sample light lampshade until 10 a.m.
Everyone do something.
Health and safety executive inspectors liable to walk in at any time to close your company down if you are indulging in dangerous practices, to take a report and fine you heavily. Side effect accidents can very easily reduce your manpower. You may find yourself without a work or two following an accident. So, very briefly, to minimize the risk of injury from wires, safety rules that apply to all groups, and that means yours. Wire should only be used for bending wire. No cutting, please. Working in small groups like this, cut wires 10 to 5. If the wires are too long, you can always overlap and twist, or overlap and take them. You've got plenty of tape. The wires should pull back, not so much from the table as from other people. At the end of the wire, especially that
Is it on? Jesus Christ, can you take his teeth? Yes. On your board. Should be about
I'm Ian. Hello. Seriously, what proud I just done that then. I wanted to do that. Yeah, well done, Jim. No, it's everyone else just carries on drawing and with the best people we know. He's just sitting there going, oh my god. Oh my god, do you want to say hi, Mom? It's got a microphone on. Hi! From Jill. Oh my god, Mike, you may not fit on. Is that big? You're not going to take the pack, are you? Going with Garen. Look at this, get this on film, strangulation.
Do you want me to kill him now?
amazing. £3.50, it's a bargain.
Come on. What?
Scissors.
Get a focus on that. Just get a focus on that.
Get a focus on Roger's spaceship.
Oi!
No, don't come over here. Whatever you do.
This little one, a little one. A very little one. Hello? Our creation. One, oi, oi, oi. I'm going to take a video of oi, over here. When you make it
smells.
Oh, hold on. See your camera.
You actually admire
After our people.
Walk away.
Down here.
No, you have to put up the price.
I'll put up the prices. Brand new
That's
size.
the best you'll do, is it?
Yeah. So I told him where to stick it.
I've only got 3 contracts to give them. I'm not sure. What group are you?
Right, I like your production. You're asking for £7 for that. Is there anything you can do about all this tape design?
Yeah, we're going to try and stick some up around so it's not
Because that really spoils the look of it, doesn't it? Is there any reason why you've only got 2 bands of colour down? Is there any chance of getting another couple of bands down the side? Quite like that. You want what? You've asked for £7? Yes. Alright, if you can get rid of some of that brown tape inside and a couple of extra stripes down the side, how many can you make? 3? Fair enough. If you decide you want my bet, cut my off, come back and let me know.
Fires. Have a look at the instructions again. You'll find you can have 30 minutes to do a production run of whatever it is you've agreed with the buyers. That is, maybe 2 or 3, depends on what you've agreed, lampshades that are the same quality, if not better, than your sample. And if the buyers have said, I want an improvement in this, to give you so much money, then that's what you'll have to do to make the improvement. Now to make 3, you know how long it's taken to make 1? If you're making 3 in half an hour, you're going to have to get yourselves really organised as a team. So what I suggest you do while we wait before we start, we'll issue the wires and sets of paper in a minute, but I will start discussing it as a team how you are going to do it. Get your 3 manufactured in half an hour.
the contract, so that was £17, and you bought 2 extra sets of material, which is £2.
That was already in the price.
So the quality is okay. The number of units.
Oh, no way! Oh, really? Yes. There's no way I'm washing it. I couldn't fucking wear it like that, can I? Oh, let it there. I'm not going to. Hi, Mum. There you go. That's fine. I'm not wearing it. Oh, yeah, I've got a booklet in the back. So. Oh, wearing it. Let me have it.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Divisions, special, we do tankers, we deal with toxic waste. Now the dry waste division here is generally dry waste, compactable waste, which is paper, wood, all sorts of general waste. We don't do any special waste at all here, and it's not brought here. Okay, so it's completely separate division that will deal with that. In your pack you'll find the different divisions are explained to you in more detail of actually what is done, because we deal with liquid waste, semi-solid waste, any type of waste we can deal with. Some need to be carried, special waste needs to be carried under what we call section 17, which we're not allowed to transport that on the highway without these forms being filled out, because if we got stopped, and it also proves to the customer that that waste is being disposed of safely, because you have to be very, very careful with what you can carry and what you can't carry. Okay? So here we have behind you is the transfer station, and what we do in there, containers, skips are brought in and are emptied onto the floor. We'll see when we go up there, and it's all separated into different parts, like steel, rubble, paper, compactable waste, which is paper which is put into a machine and is compacted solidly so you can get more and more in, and then that is taken away to the landfill division. Now we also have landfill division, which is what you probably will know it as a tip. Okay, it's full of mud and and in the winter it's horrendous. But we do tip there. We have our own landfill site at Rossett, up at Dark Lane in Clue.
I'll just give a brief zoom then. So if you all want to go around here, residential waste, special waste, industrial services, development, and also transport as well. If you want to ask any questions later on or during the brief tour we're going to do, please do so. The group employs approximately around about 1,300 people throughout its UK operations. The head office is based in Ellesmere Port. The function in this depot here is purely for dry waste, which is non-toxic, just ordinary general loose waste which is collected from industrial, commercial businesses outside in and around Chester. Geographically, we operate within around about a 20-mile scope of this depot here. When the waste comes in, it's just ordinary general loose waste. It just comes in through the gate, it's reported into the operation here, into the transport office, and all the transferring of the waste is just confined to the actual green building there. So we'll just have a brief walk up there, and we'll show you.
I guess that's the camera.
simply, quite simply, the operation is the weight of walking right into the building. Put it on the ground, directed on the two chutes down there, which go into static capacity. I'll show you. You have to go around the premises. The recycling of the waste is very minimal. Whilst we go for try and extract method of cardboard, the operation that we're doing here is successful. As you can see, we get a variety of waste. On a really hot day, you can smell. So it's not a company loaded up and whatever. But where there's much, this transfer station here, somewhere in the region around about 8,000 tons per month. What happens when the actual containers are full? They are taken off the static compactors, lifted onto a rolling off vehicle. The idea of the operation is to get the waste and remove it in its pulpy form, reduce the cost, etc. Because of the arduous task of the work, yes, it's generally done. But there are lots of women coming in, container, whatever, then he is not allowed to even put his hands in that container. So from a source to landfill for disposal, or it would go to incineration if it was of a confidential nature.
I'll let you.
You
have to fill in the signing out book.
Eh?
You'll have to do the signing out book.
Oh yes, we've got 20 minutes left. And it is feeling that we are all covered or netted so that the weight is falling and on the driver's door and then making a map on the road as they're going along. Get the lock I bought this from the farm.
Great.
I bought this
That's right.
We get everybody out and give them a session on the fire extinguishers. He's probably having a lesson, isn't he?
Let us put them out.
whatever brand it is.
Well, the black ones are calmed up.
Yeah.
Powder, that.
If your tyres are worn, brakes unsafe, or just out of tune, check your local car care centre, Taurus at Bennabring Wrexham. We've everything your car needs.
Blues powder.
He's got something to light up there.
As well as oil change and
What's the point of it?
Oh, it trains you to use.
Taurus open late today, Thursday and Friday, and from 10 till 4 on Sundays. Call Wrexham 362 022. Taurus, we keep you on the road.
Ever wondered why for some couples it's love at first sight? While others take longer to get started.
He hasn't got it death though.
Or why some relationships just get better.
What's the point of standing
While
back up
others
again?
end abruptly.
It's training them to do it
Terry
properly.
King, Britain's brightest astrologer, has joined the Daily Star.
You've got to get on with the
Include her
snow.
guide to your sign's perfect partner and discover the mileage there could be in your
Hey,
relationship.
well, you're getting
Or you
clever
can also
now.
win a sporty Ford Fiesta XR2i. No purchase required. The Daily Star. It's a bright red.
Oh, people polite and waiting.
There we go.
Stand by for the entertainment update all about Leslie Wilson today from Making Young 2.5. We'll find out exactly what he's up to very soon.
Well, the smoke up there in half. That goes that quick now.
The thing is, it doesn't take the heat away, so
No,
it's
it's
really
spontaneous.
easy.
Used to do this.
Do we need someone else to sit there? Yeah, me. Sorry. I'm sitting the other way back.
You'll smile, do you smell the wood? You smell it now, like
Anything was better now. Ellis, what was it like?
oh, it's pretty good actually.
Not bad. We had to kind of
There we
talk
go.
for 5 minutes and then we went.
Self-made communication. Come on. Writing, yeah. What else? Listening. What else? There's only one. Carry on. Someone. I don't know what it means, lads, but I mean, I know that everybody tells you about this body language sort of thing, but with a body like mine, you know, it speaks for itself. Right. The other thing is observing. Observing. And that's all you need to worry about. Observing, listening, and talking. And that's communication. And we're all bad at it. Industry, bad at it. Now you all think it must be easy to listen. And we'll find out before the day's out if you listen. Not to me, to yourselves, to each other. Talking. How many words you can get in. It's the quality that we're actually talking about. You know, does it make sense? Are you contributing in a positive way? That's really what we're talking about. And not only that, put all that together and we come up with groups around the table and we're talking about teamwork. Now, do you think you can all work together as a team? Confidence, that's what I like. Positive reaction. And then somebody says, well, I just said that. Because we're going to prove that today, whether you're going to work as a group or not. And we'll have people that will sit and say, no, that's not the right way to do that. We should do it this way. And you've got other people that are not listening, and other people that's watching, but they don't want to say something, just in case it offends someone. You're here to enjoy yourself. You're not at school today. You're here to enjoy yourself. Right? That's the order. Enjoyment. Right? And I'll promise you one thing. When you leave here tonight, you'll get tired. And if you're not, I haven't done my job. But you'll get tired when you go home tonight. You'll wonder why it is that you have enjoyed yourself and yet you're tired. I promise you that. Now, you were all out in industry yesterday. What did you see? I said communication is observing. So all you went in and into the industry yesterday, and it may be simple, it may be somebody forgot to do something. Or it may be a wire or whatever the case may be. I find the greatest trouble with videos is that they're way ahead of the instructions. They're way ahead of the instructions because the boffins come up and say, the microchip, we can do this, that and the next thing. And they say, great, selling point. So they write it down and forget to write the instructions how to set it up to do that little bit. And that's a fact of life. That's what's going on at the present moment. So you get your set of instructions and half of it's missing. And that's frustrating. You then got to call an engineer in or whatever the case may be, and they've got to read instructions because they haven't been properly trained to do it. It's all part of a big plan to frustrate you, or is it?
£30.
8 to 12 million pounds. Just imagine 8 to 12 million pounds. You know what a million is? That surprises you, doesn't it? So we're now talking about 12 million. So at the end of this, 12 million pounds, and they discover that there's a mistake on the first part of it. So they're annoyed. Would you not be? But more important, if they don't discover it then, and you're going on holiday when they discover it, what happens? There's a crash. And you see, it's not the fall that does you any damage, it's a sudden stop at the bottom. So it's important that they get it right. It's important that all the parts are right. And they all come in at the right time. Then they pick the wings up. We need wings. Then they test it. Some poor sod has to go in there and test it. And even the manual for testing, suppose he radios back and says, I've got a problem here. I'm in a dive and I don't seem to be able to control it. What do you do? Now they've got two options. Either they can quickly rectify it, or they can say to the test pilot, don't worry, put your hands together and repeat after me. Our Father, which art in heaven. And it doesn't matter what you're making. Whether you're making aircraft or back to Mars bars. If the wrong ingredient goes into Mars bars, it can upset your stomach. It's important that we realise what it is that we're doing. That's why you're here. You're all going to get one each. You're all going to look at it. And what I will want from you, before, well, your advisor will tell you, I want the 3 fastest times from each group. And I'm going to record that on a chart. 3 fastest times. When you get them, look at it, take it apart, build it. Industry, as far as I'm concerned, is anything. Anything at all that creates employment. Education is an industry. So don't get down to this manufacture as an industry and everything else is a business. We have a terrific job with these 2 words. As far as I'm concerned, industry is anything at all that we touch that creates wealth, employs people. No precision of the windscreen in relation to the front.
Sure, they haven't got the back on.
The wheels.
How many?
Don't come off. I know they can't. Remember your teeth?
No, no, no. 30 seconds. You and you all put together.
I did it. Finished.
Yeah, I can have it all out.
Right, that's it. Yeah.
What you got to do now, just think that this is you've got to
No, that's not right.
30 seconds, is it? Finding it out when you disqualify, you've done it wrong.
Just make sure it's right first time.
That's 3 fastest times there.
It's gonna go.
Thirty-six, 35 and 36 seconds.
Finished.
Joe, 36, Angela, 35.
I finished sitting down with Jenny. Oh god, secretly leaving.
Right, we've got the first and second now.
It's lost a bit like
Oh no, put it on back. Forget that. Finished.
oh look, this is stupid.
Red light.
Yes, you go.
6, 24, 25,
Are we asking for the single time? Single time. For individuals? Well, that's 20, 22, 24. What's the volume? To 8. 20, 22, 24. Right. Before you're the best, you've got a number of things to do. Just take these figures as an example. Now, when you start off at the top, how do you stay at the top? How much room for improvement? Can you improve? Because I'm going to be winding you up all day. Put a elastic. You're going to see what's going to happen.
Okay, if I put okay, we can do all my together, yeah? Let me get all let's just stop now. We're going to build them both together, or we're going to build one then the next. Okay, so we'll build them both together. So I'll get all of this thing before I start putting them together, yeah? We are being timed because he's going to put two together. We need to look at the top line and put it in. Yeah, but you won't give me the
Right, just number one first. Okay, girls. Are you ready? Yeah. Your time starts now. Don't disappear.
Beaming on you like we'll go to jail line. Why do you say okay?
Minute 10 seconds.
I've got an idea. You do.
I don't want to carry my bits, Claire.
Doing it on your own. No, faster doing it.
Faster doing it fair.
Yeah. No.
How many you?
6.
6. So your fastest individual time was 21. So if you've done 2 cars, 21, that's 42. That's 31. Other way around. So everybody sees there? Now you all know the Morgan car, don't you? No? It's the Welsh production, it's a Welsh product. Beautiful car, handmade, has been in production for many, many, many years. 3 years is the waiting list. Leave them alone, middle of the table. Three years, if you put your order in today, it'll be 3 years before you got delivery. If you have delivery of a beautiful car, it will cost you a lot of money. Now, when you got your driving license, how many of you here are prepared to wait 3 years? No one. So you go to what? A production model that comes off the line every 5 minutes or whatever the case may be. Is that really what we're talking about? And only that, it'll cost you a lot less. They're actually longer. And that is because they can't get their act together. They can't work with one another. And they hold back progress. Yes or no? Come on. Relax. No. Nobody's going to blame you. Speak up. Hands up anyone who thinks that unions hold back progress.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Anybody agree with that? Who thinks industry is helped by trade unions to make it run more smoothly? So here we've got a young lady who says sometimes they hold back progress and they also help industry. Who agrees with that? Don't let it worry you, lads. Don't let it worry you. You're on the right track and there's many consolation to you. Now they've only got 1 or 2 supporters. That's all right. Do you think trade unions should only concern themselves with members' pay and condition? With members' pay and condition? Should we ask the first question? Is every worker, and when I talk about workers, I'm talking about from the managing director down, and make no dividers. Do you think they're all members of trade unions? Right, and then I'll ask you the question. Do you think they should concentrate on their members' wages and conditions? We're getting some serious questions here, you see. We're beginning to get into another area. Okay, if I went...
Should consider working hours as well.
Okay, you can broaden that out a bit, yes? But should it be only the members? If you two work for the same company, you work for members of trade union, you work for members of trade union, you should only concentrate on these two. You should only concentrate on these two. What happens to you? They should join, you should join the trade union. So think about it. I'm not recruiting for the trade union, by the way. It's not that way. Do you think the trade unions look after the health and safety of the workers? It actually says of members at work. And I want to get away from members now. I want to take this members of the trade union out. I'm talking about the workforce. Do you think they do that? Let me ask you a simple question. Quite a simple, easy question answer. How many strikes are there in industry today? A lot? Very few? Just imagine yourself as editors of a newspaper. You've got a choice. 100 workers down tools. they went on strike. Or 10 million workers. All right. Don't expect high marks. Oh, I don't know how much to pay. Well, there you are. There's another thing. How are you meant to know all these things? Now, how are you meant to know all these things? Young lady here should be a member of the trade union. What's the other side of the question? Why should she be a member of the trade union? You've got to ask yourself the questions. And you've got to sit down and write them down and look at them and come up with an answer. Don't listen to me and take my word for it. I'm a Scotsman. I'm liable to tell you lies anyway. So remember that. You've got to get there. Is there any of the advisors who would like to say anything about trade unions? Wrong?
Nope.
No? Trade unions, now take out the political content of it, which is another issue altogether, but they are essential industry. Remember, companies, good companies, use trade unions. But you have got to make up your mind whether they are doing the job for you, for your industry, and you've also got to help control them, because if strikes or whatever the case may be, it may not necessarily. I've got down here general discussion. Looks as if I'm the only one that's speaking. You all happy with what I said? You all believe it? You believe it? Now, what did I say in the first instance? Don't listen to one person. Find out. That's what it's all about. That's what education is about. That's why they teach you to read and write. I was going to say spell, but that's another issue. And that's why you'll be taught to read and write and do all these things. Because you could look at it, you could read up on it, you could ask questions. Very important. Then you can make up your own mind. That is important. You make up your own mind. And don't be afraid to change it when something happens or when you see something. Remember, change is the only thing that's going to be important to you in your life. Because it will be change. I mean, 2 years ago, you never heard of the national curriculum. Teachers will tell you that there's change. I'm not going to ask them what they think of it, but there's change. And yet, it's not really change. We're actually going back to when I was taught in many years. There is no difference. It has come a long way. Some of the things people like to do in schools today, you know, in my time, we never even, we never drop off. You're way ahead. But you must think, you must act, you must look at everything, and that's important. So that's what you've got from 5 to 12. Come up with the answer.
60. Do you agree with that calculation? Is that an estimate? You're putting those on, aren't you? What's your
Now, while the rest of the team fast and marking the fast and putting them in the positions that they should be in, I want I want the leaders to come up and tell me how many they're going to make in 15 minutes. Leaders come up and tell me how many they're going to do in 15 minutes. Not ready. Are you all ready? Four, three, two, one, go.
Oh my god, it's quiet in here. High five here.
All the things in the wrong place. I think that's going to go back home. No, it's not. Just put the mics up there. Yeah, put it on there now. Give it one back.
Just take it off. It's right now. It's only 2 seconds long. Let's go wrong. Just leave it. You're not putting wheels on, are you? No, you don't. What kind of wheels to put on them? I put something else. You need a lot of
There's another one.
Camera.
Yeah, you lady. Go away. Hi, Mom. I'm missing the lights. I'll grab some. Mark, where's my sleeve? Hurry on, stop throwing it.
Done. Need more wheels. Done. Where's the rest of the stuff? Sorry.
Not too
Where's 71? 71, spell it out. Okay, only 9 What's that?
tell me how many get done. Oh, 'Come on. They wouldn't be able to sell them. Now remember, when you go into business, you have to estimate your market. Your market is how many of these can you sell. Not in a good year, not in a bad year, but every year. How many can you sell? Now you all walk into a bank manager and you say, we've got the greatest things in sliced bread. And you convince them, or her, to loan you money. If you just leave the Beatles in the middle of the table, you might learn something. So this group has said, we want enough money to set up, produce 80 people. And a third into their production run, they discover that they're actually going to produce more. So they've got to do what? Go back to the bank manager and say, we want more money. Are you going to get it? So, have you got too much staff? Have you premises too big? To yourself? And if you want something, what must you do? Save? Borrow? What? Whatever? You've got to generate wealth. Money. And what happens when you can't pay it back? You're in debt. And what happens when you're in debt? You go out of business. Hands up all those who are accountants. You're all accountants somewhere along the line. The only difference is that in business you're talking about massive amounts of money. Many, many of them. All there is to it, if you get that firmly planted in your mind, accountancy is not all that difficult. What is getting more difficult than the actual operation? Now there are aspects of accountancy which are very difficult, because there is laws and everything else that govern that. But basic accountancy is the amount of money and how you distribute that. It's as simple as that. If you want to buy something, you haven't got enough money, you go to your brother or your sister and you say, can you loan me? And what is it they say to you? Let's suppose you convince them. What do they want? They want interest, they want something, collateral, something that you've got that they can hold against that. They go through the accountancy exam are accountants. You're all accountants. So your brother or your sister has now said to you, fine, I'll give you whatever it is against that. And if you don't pay back, what happens? You've lost it. And if your brother and sister's got any sense at all, they'll make sure it's something that you don't want to lose.
I want to know now is the figure that's left over, 1,000 from that figure. Well, you can put that in now.
Hey, get out of here! And then that one down again. Not each person gets it.
Let me just give you all the advice now.
These questions. Take it if you all understand these questions. Okay. Now, is there anyone not ready? I'll give you a countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 15 minutes.
Come on, we're a bit slow, aren't we? No, we're not. No way, leave me alone. We are going a bit slow, actually. We need to go. Get ready to do it. And the camera's on you, we'll just Finish! Finished! Hurry up! Give it here! Like this is much as you know. Good! You are? Yes, Roger. Ready? Good! Joe, how would you swing?
Just give them out. What ice can you give them out?
How many have I got? How many?
You won't write them down.
Come on, no, you got to write them down. Be fair.
You're not, Rocco. You've missed about 5.
How many is down? What's good?
Good. Blue light. Blue light.
Write them down.
That stuff. The table You were supposed to give it
Just face them. I know they're an ugly looking bunch, but I mean, you've just got to face them, you know. So how many did you estimate?
55.
You estimated 55. What would that give the operatives? How much money each?
56,000.
No, each.
Yeah.
56,000?
56,075.
How many did you do?
61.
What did that give them?
56,375.
I query these figures, but I don't have time to do that at the present moment, but I will query them later on. This group here, what did they do? Thanks very much.
We estimated 70, and we made 73, and first of all the operatives were having 21,000, and by the end of it they had 21,630.
So that's 630. Thank you very much. Not ready? This group over here? Quiet now, give them a chance. Don't be bashful. Stand up. Shout it out. Stand up. Just face them. Know they're ugly. Can't help it.
Well, we estimated 80 and we made 76. And we come up with 22,900 each.
Yeah, turnover. What did they come up with?
58.
No, 17,400. So you didn't go home with a big waste bucket, did you?
No.
Ready, all sit down, thank you very much. Quiet, come on. Give them a chance. Quiet!
Right, we estimated that we'd turn out 60 cars and we managed 55. That gave us £1,375,000.
Yeah. The bottom line I'm interested in. 20,000, 21,000. What was the other one? 38,000. If you don't meet your targets, you're in serious trouble. Bottom line. If you're in serious trouble, management is in serious trouble. This group.
We estimated it and we made it.
So each had £20,000, is that right? 25,000. So you must have made 25,000. Bang on. So if nothing else, you learn from your last mistake. Next lot. Quiet, come on, give them a chance.
We estimated 75, we made 80. The turnover was 2 million after company costs, and because we made 5 cars extra, we did the salary for the operatives was 15,000, but then we had a £750 bonus.
So you made more money? Yeah. Good. There's a lot here. Quiet. Quiet.
We estimated 60 and we made 72.
And the 60, how much was each operative getting?
You got 18,000, and then with the bonus you got 20,160.
You've got to remember the same as this lot.
That's mine. That's mine.
Shake hands. Billy, I'm Jingle bells, bells, Will you stop filming?
You're not walking in front of the camera again.
I don't want it.
Oh gosh, I think that was recording. He was recording. Yes, he was. Oh, Ben.
So what I go inside and start seeing the colours. Turn it off right now.
You got Tetra Pak, got Tetra Pak.
Turn it off. My hammer's explaining it.
Come to the identity, being proud of what you've done, proud of what the praise, Jonathan. Praise in public image.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's right.
Mark! Oh, Steve, can you see me? Steve! Oi, can you see me?
See what I do with?
She always hits me.
It'll be like that. doesn't love you though.
It's not love.
Can't you close one eye and keep one open by your finger? It's a bit hard.
Hey, mass production. The best.
Where's my little one? Where's my little phone there?
This one, that's from Andrew Beard. And that's by the camel of the lot. That's by
I don't fancy you up my really. I'm a safe.
Hey! Such a dinner. Oh my god! Hey! Get paid faster.
Anybody's got any work for temporary display to get it out of the way, stick it up on the board. Don't PVA glue it on.
There you go.
I'll do.
It's only temporary display, you get them off the floor.
Welly head shit. Swear my
You got very excited about that yesterday, was it? No, on the Tuesday.
Well, they looked awful in that crappy white hat, didn't they?
Yeah, well.
It was absolutely awful. Hi, Mum.
The other thing is, suppose you know they don't have their own labs.
See, that's my cars.
Have you ever been?
Can you go in and get them without on Sunday? I don't know.
Film me.
I just thought I'd put my...
Hey. Oh my god. Belly.
Here comes Mrs. Dinner Lady. So get ahead. Is this on a blank?
Yeah.
Just keep your camera on. Something like that.
Well, Ace.
You filming? chance, yeah, you should go back to intelligence. Oh, we
Recycled Waste Fashion Show. We have 13 models for you today. They are all wearing original clothing made by themselves and others in the group. Black heavy-duty bags with blue sash over his shoulders. Next, we have Jill and Carla. company top. Jem and Sarah are next. Sarah's wearing black hot, black evening top, made from heavy-duty bags. Gemma's wearing black evening dress with a blue striped waistcoat. Right, Clara's wearing blue evening dress with black bottom and a wide black belt. Dora's wearing hot pants and top, made out of heavy-duty black bags with silver design on them. Last of all, we have our two male models, James and Garen. James is wearing a tie design himself and a waistcoat made out of heavy-duty bags. Gareth is wearing a bow tie of many colours and a black top made out of heavy-duty bag as well. Next, our models will do a parade for you so you see the clothes again. Collection. So I'd also like to say thank you to Nicola and Andrew for helping with the music.
Try to keep up.
My sister's thinking about a Tetra Pak and then she's got a box of sweets like that. No, she didn't. Got a picture of what? excited with that camera. You know, that's got
It's something which just doesn't appear out of thin air, and a lot of people have been involved to make this very successful for you. Not least to mention Stephen and Martin, who've been backroom boys, and everyone else that's taken part. All the advisors from industry, and I think in particular the staff. Mr. Williams, Mr. Buckland, Mr. Mayfield, Mrs. Roberts. Would you agree that they put a lot in this? Yeah. And I think we ought to thank you very much, don't we? No, you don't want us to do any. So, because it's such a nice day, because you've worked so hard, I think you can go home now.